Breaking news. Chelsea Green has just been banned from professional wrestling, and what led to this shocking decision will leave you absolutely stunned. This is one of the most controversial moments of the year, and the entire wrestling world is talking about it. If you want to know exactly what happened and what this means for Chelsea's future, I've got all the details right here. What's up, Wrestlingverse family? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the most shocking news, the biggest controversies, and the stories everyone is talking about in professional wrestling. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell because breaking news like this is what we do best. Today we're diving into the Chelsea Green situation that has resulted in her being banned from pro wrestling. This is massive, so let's get right into it. Chelsea Green has been one of the most entertaining and unpredictable superstars in WWE over the past few years. Known for her charismatic personality, her comedic timing, and her ability to create viral moments, Chelsea has built a strong fanbase and carved out a unique position on the roster. From her various championship pursuits to her hilarious backstage segments to her partnerships with different superstars, Chelsea has consistently delivered entertainment. She's been injury-prone at times, which became part of her character and storyline, but she always bounced back with resilience and humor. Her social media presence has been exceptional. Chelsea knows how to engage with fans, create buzz, and stay relevant even when she's not in the main event picture. She's mastered the art of self-promotion while maintaining authenticity that fans appreciate. But everything changed with the incident that led to this unprecedented ban. What Chelsea did crossed lines that nobody expected her to cross, and the consequences have been swift and severe. The incident in question took place during what should have been a routine match. Chelsea was competing in a high-stakes bout that had significant implications for the women's division. The match was progressing normally, with both competitors delivering solid performances and telling a good story in the ring. Then something happened that shocked everyone in attendance and everyone watching around the world. Chelsea's actions during this match went far beyond the normal boundaries of professional wrestling. This wasn't about heelish behavior or playing a villain character, this was something that crossed into dangerous and unacceptable territory. Reports indicate that Chelsea engaged in conduct that endangered not only her opponent but also the integrity of the match itself. The specifics of what occurred have been described by multiple sources as reckless, unnecessary, and completely outside the standards of professional wrestling. Eyewitnesses backstage reported immediate concern and anger from WWE officials. This wasn't a situation where creative differences or storyline issues were at play. This was about safety, professionalism, and respecting the business that has given Chelsea her platform and career. The referee had to make a difficult decision in the moment, and the match was stopped under controversial circumstances. The crowd was confused about what they had just witnessed. The commentary team struggled to explain the situation while maintaining the storyline integrity of the broadcast. Chelsea's opponent was visibly upset, and rightfully so. Professional wrestlers put their bodies on the line every single time they step into that ring, and they do so with the understanding that their colleagues will protect them and work safely. When that trust is broken, the consequences must be serious. After the match, Chelsea was immediately escorted to the back by WWE officials. There were heated discussions in the backstage area. Multiple veterans reportedly confronted Chelsea about her actions, expressing their disappointment and concern about what had transpired. WWE's management faced a difficult decision. Chelsea Green is a talented performer who has contributed to the company in various ways. However, the safety of all performers must be the top priority, and actions that jeopardize that safety cannot be tolerated regardless of who commits them. The decision was made to suspend Chelsea indefinitely pending a full investigation into the incident. This suspension effectively banned her from appearing on WWE programming, participating in live events, or representing the company in any official capacity. But the ramifications extended beyond just WWE. Reports emerged that other wrestling promotions were also hesitant to book Chelsea due to the nature of the incident. The wrestling community, while generally supportive of second chances, takes safety issues incredibly seriously. Independent promotions that might have been interested in booking Chelsea for appearances began reconsidering. International wrestling organizations expressed concern. Even opportunities outside of in-ring competition became questionable as sponsors and partners evaluated the situation. The ban from professional wrestling, while potentially temporary, represents a serious moment in Chelsea's career. This isn't a storyline or a work. This is a legitimate situation with real consequences that will impact her future in the business. Let's discuss the immediate fallout from this incident. Chelsea's social media accounts, normally very active, went silent after the incident. Her last few posts before the ban were normal promotional content and interactions with fans, showing no indication of what was about to transpire. The WWE universe had mixed reactions. Some fans expressed shock and disappointment, having enjoyed Chelsea's work and hoping this was somehow a misunderstanding. Others felt that if the reports were accurate, the consequences were justified and necessary to maintain safety standards. Fellow wrestlers began commenting on the situation, though many were careful with their words given the sensitivity of the issue. Some expressed support for Chelsea as a person while acknowledging that actions have consequences. Others were more direct in their criticism of what occurred. The women's division in WWE had to adjust quickly. Storylines involving Chelsea were immediately rewritten or dropped. Matches that were scheduled for upcoming shows had to be changed. Other performers stepped up to fill the void left by her absence. Chelsea's merchandise was quietly removed from WWE's official shop. Her profile on the WWE website was updated to reflect her suspended status. The company was making it clear through these actions that this was being taken seriously at the highest levels. Behind the scenes, there were reportedly meetings about whether Chelsea would ever be brought back and under what circumstances. WWE has a history of giving performers second chances, but those opportunities typically come with strict conditions and expectations for changed behavior. Now let's talk about what this means for Chelsea Green's career and future in professional wrestling. At this stage in her life and career, this ban represents a significant setback that will require serious reflection and action to overcome. If Chelsea wants to return to wrestling, she'll need to take full accountability for her actions. No excuses, no deflecting blame, no trying to minimize what happened. The wrestling community respects people who own their mistakes and genuinely work to make amends. She'll likely need to go through some form of training or education related to whatever specifically occurred. Whether that's additional safety training, anger management, or other professional development, demonstrating a commitment to growth will be essential. Rebuilding trust with the wrestling community will take time. Other performers need to feel safe working with her. Promoters need to feel confident booking her. Fans need to see genuine change and accountability. None of that happens overnight. There's also the question of whether Chelsea will choose to continue pursuing a wrestling career at all. This incident may cause her to reevaluate her priorities, her passion for the business, and whether she wants to do the work necessary to return. Chelsea has skills and talents that extend beyond the wrestling ring. She's demonstrated business acumen, social media savvy, and entertainment value that could translate to other industries. A career pivot might be something she considers during this forced break from wrestling. However, if wrestling is truly her passion and she's committed to making things right, there is typically a path back. Wrestling history is filled with performers who made mistakes, learned from them, and returned to have successful careers. But it requires genuine change, humility, and hard work. The wrestling community as a whole is watching how this situation develops. It's being discussed in locker rooms, on podcasts, in interviews, and across social media. The outcome will likely influence how similar situations are handled in the future. This incident also highlights the ongoing conversations about safety in professional wrestling. While the industry has made tremendous strides in protecting performers, incidents like this remind everyone that vigilance must continue and standards must be maintained. Training schools and developmental programs may use this as a teaching moment about professionalism, safety, and the consequences of reckless behavior. The next generation of wrestlers can learn important lessons from what happened here. For fans, this situation is a reminder that professional wrestling, while entertainment, involves real people taking real risks. The performers we enjoy watching deserve to work in an environment where safety is prioritized and protected. The support systems available to wrestlers, whether through their companies, unions, or independent organizations, will likely examine this case to see if there are lessons to be learned or improvements to be made in how these situations are prevented or addressed. As of now, there's no clear timeline for when or if Chelsea Green will return to professional wrestling. The ban is in effect, and any potential return will depend on multiple factors including Chelsea's actions, WE's policies, and the willingness of the wrestling community to give her another opportunity. Some industry insiders have suggested that a return could happen within 6 months to a year if proper steps are taken. Others believe the damage to Chelsea's reputation may take much longer to repair. Still others think this could be a career-ending incident depending on what specifically occurred. What we do know is that this is a pivotal moment that will define this chapter of Chelsea Green's life and career. How she responds, what she learns, and the actions she takes moving forward will determine whether this is a temporary setback or something more permanent. The wrestling world will be watching. Fans will be forming opinions. And Chelsea will have to decide what kind of person and performer she wants to be moving forward. The ball is entirely in her court regarding what happens next. This situation serves as a sobering reminder that professional wrestling, despite its scripted nature, requires discipline, respect, and professionalism. When those elements are compromised, there are real consequences that can impact careers and lives. Alright, wrestling vs. family, this is a serious and developing situation, so I want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and tell me, what do you think about Chelsea Green's ban? Should she be given a second chance if she shows genuine accountability? And what does this mean for safety standards in professional wrestling? Let's have a respectful discussion in the comments. If this breaking news analysis was informative and gave you insight into this shocking situation, show some support by hitting that like button. It helps us continue bringing you important wrestling news and analysis. Make sure you're subscribed to Wrestling vs. CC with notifications turned on. We'll be following this story as it develops and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. You don't want to miss any developments in this situation. Share this video with wrestling fans who need to know about this story. This is a significant moment in wrestling news, and the more informed the community is, the better the discussions we can have about safety and accountability in the industry. Check out our other videos for more wrestling news, analysis, and coverage of the stories shaping the industry. We're committed to bringing you comprehensive, respectful coverage of everything happening in professional wrestling. I'm Wrestling vs. CC, and thank you for trusting us with your wrestling news. This is a serious situation that deserves thoughtful consideration, and I appreciate you being part of this community. Stay informed, stay respectful, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, stay locked into Wrestling vs. CC. Peace.